Hello there gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour. There's a whole bunch of news out there, so let's talk about it.
100 other monsters will show up to replace anyone you take down.
Probably. But now they'll all know I'm coming for them.
A full trailer has dropped for Batman the Caped Crusader, the spiritual follow-up to the greatest Batman show ever made, Batman the 90s animated TV show. This is not a sequel, but it is very much that spiritual successor, and you can feel it in the aesthetic, the tone, the music, the sound. It's taken everything that I feel was great about the original show and then redone it, but done it not in a repeating itself kind of way, but just in a modern version for a new audience that still has that old noir 1930s creepy kind of vibe and aesthetic. I really love what I'm seeing here. I really, really do. Because of course the original Batman show did have to have its caveats that it was still a Saturday morning kids cartoon, so they couldn't go too extreme in one direction or the other. But this looks like it's clearly a show made by adults for adults who grew up on the 90s show and now want that kind of fix, but in a more modern form. And dang it, this looks beautiful. The redesigns look creepy and understated, but also really unsettling too. I'm so on board for this. August 1st. It's going to be premiering, and man, you know what? X-Men 97 seemed like a shoo-in for TV show of the year, but dang it, if this can live up to the hype that, I don't know, maybe I'm unfairly putting on it, they could have some stiff competition. Joy Toy, after a bit of teasing, have shown off their 1/18th scale Ninja Turtles, and I don't know what to think, because I love the designs. They are absolutely my perfect style of turtles, where it's the classic 1980s style Ninja Turtles, but then with more details, more stuff going on. So they still have that bright, popping, cartoony kind of aesthetic, but then with a whole little bits of itty bitty detail to flesh them out, make them feel more real world. So much cool stuff going on here. The only caveat is that they are 1/18th scale, so they're gonna probably be about 4 inches or so. And I like the idea of the Ninja Turtles being small. Like, I think that's cool. They should be these small, stealthy ninja underdog type characters. One of the many examples of Michael Bay not understanding the appeal of the Turtles was turning them all into 4 tanks. Like, okay, you really don't get this, do you? But these look great. I really want to see one in hand or a little size comparison next to some Marvel Legends and stuff to see how they stack up, because it's always difficult saying 1/18th scale, because, well, how tall are the turtles supposed to be? That is a reflection of whatever artist is designing or drawing them. So I'm guessing it's going to be just over 4 inches, between 4 and 5 inches. But honestly, I'm really intrigued to see these in person, and then I can make an educated decision. Because right now I'm loving the designs of these guys. Go over to Target right now if you want to grab a Rocksteady from Playmates Toys. This, of course, is Rocksteady from his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem design. And I always thought it was great to see all these different mutants in the film, but I felt like it was kind of a shame that you missed out on the individual storytelling opportunities for these characters. Like, Rocksteady and Bebop they're here now already, so we're not going to get any kind of origin or Shredder tie-in or anything like that. Not necessarily. Anyway, it's a super weird, deformed caricature kind of version, like all of the characters are in that movie. But it kind of works on a fun, kitsch kind of aesthetic. So having him here with his little bike that he rides, it's a fun little desk toy looking sort of thing. I kind of like this. And another addition to the Loyal Subjects San Diego Comic-Con Ninja Turtles exclusive line, we got Metalhead and Dark Donatello in a 2-pack as well. So you can pretty much double up on your entire Ninja Turtles collection just by going to San Diego Comic-Con. Loyal Subjects, they're bringing everything with them this year. Talking about some figures that were released a little while ago, but have now been re-released to a wider audience, we've got NECA's Last Ronin, Michelangelo, and Donatello. I love the redesigns of these characters, how they looked before the fall of the Turtles. Donatello's one, not so much though, because there's just so much white going on there. It looks a bit plain, but the characters like Michelangelo and Raphael that have so much detail going on, they look awesome. So previously, these were exclusives, maybe Target, but it doesn't really matter now because the whole point of this is that they're now available at most stores that all carry NECA figures. So if you missed out on the first time round, now's your chance to get the full set.
Too bad. We'll be double trouble for He-Man.
He-Man.
I'll get him. No, he's mine.
So over in Masters of the Universe news, Mattel Creations are showing off their San Diego Comic-Con multi-pack of thetheir two twins, Tuva and Badra. I was literally just sight reading those names there because as I was saying the sentence, I was like, geez, what's the name of these two? But they are the Too Bad multi-pack, and they're going to be available exclusively at San Diego Comic-Con.
I missed you in London.
No, you bloody did not. You got me good.
Loose Collector are going back to the well one more time with their Mr. Hyde figure. This time they're doing Dark Hyde variant. This is on Big Bad Toy Store, and it's basically a third bite of the apple, but they do stress that, hey, this is for what people who got in late to the party, who might have missed out on the first two releases. Don't worry, you've still got a chance to get in with this line. And I like the changes they've made. He's literally a darker Hyde. I think the skin tone actually looks a lot better from the original one that was maybe a little bit sort of, I don't know, it didn't quite work for me. This one works for me, brother. And then you got his little weird baby minions as well in their great translucent looking fiery plastic. It's a really cool set. So if you want to finally get in with this line, then you can go over to Big Bad Toy Store and find him there. SH Figure Arts have revealed their King of Mons, which I guess is an Ultraman villain. He looks spectacular, and the Monster Arts figures always are. There's no expense spared when it comes to the attention to detail. And just this weird, nightmarish looking creature, I know nothing about it, but already I'm kind of in love just with the ridiculous, very anime monster type design. You know, the way that sometimes these monsters go full body horror where they'll split open and mouths appear and all that kind of stuff. Boom. That's what this looks like. And honestly, it looks amazing. I don't have a price yet, but he's going to be released around about the end of the year. 185 millimeters. I don't know, I might have to put it in millimeters, but there you go. But he's going to be quite a large figure, so probably north of $100. But looking at this, I mean, come on. You've got to at least be tempted.
You've been to other dimensions. Each has had its own injustices. Maybe that's why my soul still burns.
Flashpoint Studios have shown off images of their Hellspawn gunslinger. Slinger? Yeah, he's a gunslinger. 1/6 scale figure. So essentially a Hot Toys style Spawn the Gunslinger. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just staring at these pictures, at first I thought it was a statue. But then I'm realizing, oh no, wait, those arms are moving. The whole body's moving. Oh my goodness! It's a fully articulated 1/6 scale figure. Don't have a price yet because Flashpoint, that's another one of those Asia-based companies, I think Chinese. They haven't done full-on press releases and stuff. So you're going to have to look through the various import sites when this comes closer to releasing. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. So if I find out some more information, I'll let you know. But just looking at the pretty pictures, this looks pretty wicked. Man, I've said that twice. I never know how to finish segments, so everything is like, this looks pretty wicked, or something Dave would say.
For when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
108 Toys, while we're sticking with the 1/6 scale figures, they're doing this Scourge Lord, or Frozen Demon King, as he's also listed as. Going to be $222 and releasing around about March of next year. This looks incredible. Even if you've got a 1/12 scale mythical collection, like Mythic Legions, you could totally throw this guy in there as a gigantic Elden Ring style big bad. He looks badass, man. It's hard to always track down information on these import figures, but honestly, on this side of the world, there are people making some amazing looking stuff. Nendroid are hitting a few video game franchises. First of all, they're giving us Shadow the Hedgehog. And I've got to say, Nendroid absolutely nail the aesthetic of these characters. Their Sonic figures are now with Shadow as well. Just look perfect. Just plucked straight off of the screen. Boom. Absolutely fantastic. This is going to be 6,500 yen, which equates to about $50 and should be released around about November of this year. And also, they're doing a Pikmin, which just looks so bizarre that I kind of hate it, but sort of love it as well. This is Pikmin, isn't it? Nendroid Chappie. Reservations begin today, price 7,500 yen, so about 50, 60 bucks, and released February of next year. Yeah, oh, okay, the Pikmin are the small little guys, and this is the fellow who chases them. I've never played Pikmin, but I recognize the characters. This looks bizarre, but also kind of awesome. Hot on the trail of their Transformers figures, YOLO Park are sticking with mechs, but branching out now to Evangelion. So we've got two different designs here that they're currently about to produce. I'm just trying to see if we've got any more information on the actual release dates and prices. Nothing there. They're going to be 20 centimeters tall, so in line with the Transformers as well. And if you're an Evangelion person, yeah, these look like great representations of the characters being YOLO Park. They're going to be their sort of model kit kind of form, but really easy to just snap together, kind of like a complex builder-figure, and once you're done, you've got a couple of badass looking robots. So yeah, for you anime fans, you're going to want to keep an eye out for these. For all you children of the 80s, we can get a Jessica Fletcher action figure from Murder, She Wrote. NECA are even doing two different versions of this crime-solving old lady. We've got the kind of deluxe NECA, realistic likeness kind of version, and then we have the Toonie Terrors version as well. Both of these just take me back to Sunday afternoons at my nan's house watching Murder, She Wrote, and there's a lot of nostalgia there. So of all the things that I never thought I would see revealed ever, a Jessica Fletcher Ultimate NECA figure was right up there, but here we are. What a wonderful, crazy world we live in. Over in Super 7 news, they've got some more additions to their G.I. Joe line, and this is kind of awesome looking. We've got the Escape Armor with Red Shadow Trooper. Cobra is calling on Snake Armor to join the fight and thwart the Joes. This looks so bizarre. I dig it because it's kind of got like a 1950s Robbie the Robot sci-fi kind of aesthetic going on to it. When I first saw it, I thought it was part of the Classified line. I was like, oh geez, the Classified collectors are going to be army building this. And then I got a closer look, and of course, no, it's a totally different aesthetic. It's Super 7. It's more of that more 1950s kitsch toy kind of vibe. But even if you did get Classifieds, in the robot form, you can have a couple of these flanking your Cobra Troopers as like big Terminator style juggernaut sort of characters. I love the look of these. So bizarre, but a lot of fun.
X-Men.
Super 7 have got a very fun Comic-Con exclusive set of their The Worst figures, which totally and absolutely have no connection whatsoever to a group of young mutants who are hated and feared by the world. This is fun. This is a nice little elbow in the side and a wink and a nod to a different property. So these are reaction style figures. So about, 3 3/4 inch figures. And clearly we've got ones that, let me see, going from left to right, that's got to be Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops in the middle, Magneto, and then Colossus. But legally distinct. And I kind of dig that. I like it when there's something that is clearly something, but totally not. And having those together, I like it. So fair play, Super 7. And even if you don't make it to Comic-Con, apparently there are limited quantities available on the Super 7 website too. So yeah, as a fun little wink and a nod to another franchise, I like what they've done with these.
Dinobots, destroy Devastator. Me, Grimlock, love challenge.
Symbiote Studios are doing a Comic-Con exclusive Battle Damaged Sludge. This is really fun because for any hardcore Transformers movie fans, you'll recognize this. There's one really sort of unusual frame where Sludge gets beaten down by Devastator, and when he gets hit in the back, his eyes kind of pop out of his head for a frame or two. It's a very unusual Looney Tunes kind of moment that we don't see anywhere else in Transformers animation. But because it was so out of the ordinary, it really kind of caught everyone's eyes. So the fact that it's being immortalized now in an action figure, I really love that. I think this guy looks adorable. Over to statues. Diamond Select are showing off their Spider-Man Venom 2 statue. Get yourself 13 inches of Venom. This guy's going to be $85, which for a statue, I think is a pretty decent price, because sometimes you're going to be going into the crazy hundreds of dollars. This, a little bit more affordable, and dang, it's a cool looking Venom. Insomniac absolutely nailed the design, and when I first saw the big giant monster Venom, I was like, geez, you're kind of losing something, but then the way it all works in the context of the game, so good. Bring on the DLC. But in the meantime, you got this badass statue to keep you company, and he's going to do just that. He looks wicked.
Attack me with all your strength.
Some cosplay announcements for all of you Star Wars fans out there. There is a 1-to-1 scale Acolyte Sith helmet. This, what's it called? The Stranger helmet. I think this is kind of a cool design, but also very much 2024, or more sort of 2020 maybe. It feels very creepypasta to me, with the teeth kind of design. It looks sort of wicked and creepy, but it's an aesthetic that I feel like was very popular quite a few years ago. So it seems like internet culture has caught up to the Star Wars brand. But what it does give us is a freaky looking Sith helmet. So that's kind of cool. This is going to be $100, and it should be dropping around about, well, pre-orders go live tomorrow at least, and it should be released, there you go, I knew it was in my notes somewhere, should be dropping around about the fall of this year. So just in time for Halloween. Over in Custom Corner, Pim Particles caught my eye with this amazing Dark Claw figure. Dark Claw, for anyone who's not familiar, is a character from Amalgam Comics. When Marvel and DC did a crossover, they smooshed their characters together, and we got this combination of Wolverine and Batman. Dark Claw, a figure that we will never get an actual action figure of. The company's never going to work together to do an amalgam line, much to the sadness of my heart. But it doesn't matter, because Pim Particles, they have us covered. This dude is absolutely amazing. Today's cosplay cover artist is the real Lisa Mancina. Go give her a follow on Instagram. She always brightens up my page when I'm scrolling. And that does it for the news for today, but it's time for some channel member shoutouts. As you know, this show is filmed in front of a live studio audience who are on their computers at home, but they're watching on the members live stream. And if you're a member, then you get to comment while I'm filming this video and tell me your thoughts and opinions as we go, such as AK, who says the classified line from G.I. Joe went Pulse exclusive in my country, and it's a real bummer because I like this line, but Hasbro Pulse is one of my least favorite websites to order from. Yeah, I hear this a lot, and I get it too. I hate website exclusives like that because it squeezes out other retailers, and basically what could eventually happen in a dystopian future is that there are no other retailers. The developers just sell things directly from their websites, and you think, well, that might save them money and they can pass it on to the consumers. No, that's not going to happen. They're just going to set the prices to be whatever they want and squeeze as much out of us as they can do. So yeah, I'm not cool with Pulse exclusives either. Colt Kid chimes in saying, I know people really like the Turtles film, but to me it felt so busy and so many moving parts, I wasn't a fan of it. Dude, I absolutely understand what you're saying, because I felt exactly that way about the second Spider-Verse film. I thought it was beautiful, but it was just too much going on and happening all the time. I'm like, can we just slow down for a second? And I thought the Mutant Mayhem actually got the balance a little bit better. It was a bit chaotic, but man, the chaos on screen, oh, it was told beautifully. And I think it did slow down enough for me to catch my breath. But goes to show, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And Rex Kettles asks, what is the best Thanos Marvel Legends figure? I might upgrade and give my current one to my son. Well, dude, not knowing which one you currently have, it makes it a little bit hard for me to say. But honestly, if we're just talking Marvel Legends, it's got to be the Deluxe Thanos. Just simple as that. I mean, you've got the Walgreens one or the Bath, but man, they show their age now. They really, really do. And then besides them, it's just the MCU Thanoses. So, no, man, absolutely. The Thanos Deluxe figure, absolutely gorgeous. It's a chef's kiss version of the Mad Titan. That's the one you got to keep. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, well, you can do by getting yourself a channel membership. Where that sentence was going. By getting a channel membership. And by doing that, you can join all the exclusive live streams. You can watch me bungle my way through Good News as I film it. You can have your say with the episodes and help shape this channel and make it the beautiful disaster that it is. So guys, thank you so much for helping out and being part of the channel members. That's really awesome. And if you're not a channel member, you know what? That's awesome too. We've got to prioritize our spending. Am I right or am I right? So gang, thank you for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Big time